Equality is not an act, it is a habit. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. The end of labor is to gain leisure. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice he is the worst. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. A friend to all is a friend to none. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. Republics decline into democracies and democracies degenerate into despotisms. Well begun is half done. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. He who is unable to live in society, or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself, must be either a beast or a god. Hope is a waking dream. The law is reason, free from passion. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. Change in all things is sweet. Jealousy is both reasonable and belongs to reasonable men, while envy is base and belongs to the base, for the one makes himself get good things by jealousy, while the other does not allow his neighbor to have them through envy. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. We make war that we may live in peace. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. The soul never thinks without a picture. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice and, while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object but to escape some ill. Probable impossibilities are to be preferred to improbable possibilities. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control, and outnumbers both of the other classes. The secret to humor is surprise. I have gained this from philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. If liberty and equality, as is thought by some, are chiefly to be found in democracy, they will be best attained when all persons alike share in government to the utmost. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken. Suffering becomes beautiful when anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility but through greatness of mind. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts.